Miller. A big-time win for the Clips. They improved to 14-9, 9-8 in the conference, and win their 9th in a row here at Intuit Dome. Our final score from Intuit Dome, where the Clippers are unbeatable as of late, 127-125. We will see you on the flip side. For Big Brother Jake Warner, Chris Taylor, Adam Osden will take controls, and Colin Yee back in the studio. See you in a few. You're on your Clippers Audio Network.
Good call, bro.
Keep your eyes on your computer.
My computer? Why? What? 9 straight. We are rolling. 9-4 now at home. Lost the first 4, have won the next 9. Pat yourself on the back once again, Clipper Nation. The Wall got them to miss 3 free throws. Not a lot of attempts out there for the Portland Trail Blazers. They were 13 of 16 at the charity stripe. How about Amir Coffey? Scorching hot. All 19 of his points scored in the second half, and he couldn't miss from distance. He ended up 5 of 7 from 3. But Norman Powell with the starters, also 5 of 7 from 3, and had 30 points in 25 minutes. He outdid himself in what he did Sunday night against Denver with 28 in 25 minutes. Unbelievable. This team continues to prove that they can improve on the offensive end when Norman Powell's available. Proud of this Clipper squad. Being 14-9 on the season. I got to admit, I wouldn't have seen this coming. I have to admit to you guys, without Kawhi Leonard, with Norman Powell missing 6 games. How about Jordan Miller tonight? JM, 14 points, 6 of 9, missed a couple of gimmies late during garbage time. Knocked down the only 3-pointer he took. What's wrong with the audio? You guys can't hear? Can you all hear all right? Intuit Home. X-Mongo Project. It's on your side, man. Everybody else can hear. Well, revenge is a dish best served cold, and Norman Powell was cold with it. 30 points in just 25 minutes against his former team. He's 5 of 7 from 3 as the Clippers win big, 127-105 here at Intuit Dome over the Portland Trail Blazers. Welcome into your postgame show. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up, we got second half highlights, but right now, back to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Well, I'd say part 1 of a 2-part mission complete for this Clippers team. They're on the front end of a back-to-back tonight, and they handled business early in that fourth quarter with an extended run to get James Harden some extended rest on the bench there, Carl.
I mean, Adam, the ability to knock down 18 threes 2 nights ago and then knock down 19 threes tonight on 52% from the field. They got it going late. James Harden, you mentioned it, playing pretty much 14 straight minutes to get them into a comfortable lead where they could take him out of the game. But anytime you have a back-to-back coming up and nobody plays more than 32 minutes, you have to feel good if you're the Clippers. Mission accomplished, like you said. Indeed, a lot of guys off the bench get run. Everyone who was available tonight was able to play. And for the Clippers, a confidence-building win. What impresses me, Adam, is this Clipper team just continues to take care of business when they need to. And as Brian Shaw said, that is a credit to their focus. It is a focused group right now. When they need to come away with big time wins so they can earn rest because they have a game the next night, they do exactly that. They execute late. They turned on the defense when they needed to. And for the second straight game, a team shoots 50% against this defense. Impressive shot making by this Blazer team, but they lose big time. The Clippers' offense has been the story the last two contests.
And the Clippers have done a much better job taking care of the basketball. In this one, just 13 turnovers, and they continue to start off halves very strongly out there. Their first quarters and third quarters have been their strength so far this season, and it was certainly like that tonight. After a first quarter where they got off to a hot start, up by 12, and then a third quarter where they had just a 5-point lead entering the period, they were able to open things up once again and close out that third, leading into a fourth where they were pretty much able to put the Portland Trailblazers away.
Yeah, impressive stuff, Adam. You mentioned the turnovers, just 2 of them in that fourth quarter. That is huge for this Clipper team that had struggled with that earlier this season. Meanwhile, they forced Portland in this game to 15 turnovers on the night, 4 block shots. I thought Mo Bamba played excellent behind Ivica Zubac in this game. Zoo was big time. The Clippers were able to weather the storm, and Chris Dunn's defensive ability was just on display. I mean, Anthony Simons, after going for 24 in a quarter last time out, finishes with 7 tonight in the entirety of a game on 0 for 6 from 3, 2 for 11 from the field. Chris Dunn put on some big-time clamps on Simons tonight. Derrick Jones Jr. had an excellent first half in this game, 13 points. He finishes with 15, including a couple of steals for him. The Clippers have shown, Adam, over this homestand, they can win in a multitude of ways, really. They can beat you with their defense, or they could just flat out outscore you. And with Norman Powell back, this offense has been operating at another level. James Harden said it after the last game. We're an easier offense. We score better with Norman Powell out there, and he has made a big difference for the Clippers, especially in these last 2 games, averaging 29 points in his 2 games back.
You mentioned the three-point shooting, and what does Coach Lou always say? When they're getting up close to 40 three-pointers, that means the ball is hopping around, the ball movement is there, the spacing is there. It's a sign that this Clippers team is spreading the floor and playing great on the offensive end, and it is not a coincidence that with Norman Powell back, they're knocking down their three-pointers because they're getting better looks.
37 shots today for the Clippers, 51% from the field. The Clippers always make the extra pass, Adam. I mean, 29 assists tonight on their 47 made field goals. They were moving the rock against this Portland team. Felt like anytime there's a double team, with the way Amir Coffey and Derrick Jones Jr. are shooting right now from outside the arc, it's an open 3. I mean, every time you're going to double James Harden, it becomes an open 3. Ivica Zubac with a couple assists in this game. He finishes with 10 rebounds. He was excellent distributing on the offensive end, a couple of hockey assists tonight for him, but the Clippers just played perfectly on the offensive end. I mean, they moved the ball well, they didn't turn it over, they got guys open from outside the arc. Another excellent performance from this team. They shot over 60% for most of the game until the final garbage time of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. A big one because you got a Minnesota team coming in here, Adam, who's held their last 2 opponents to under 100 points. One of those opponents being the Clippers a couple of nights ago in Minnesota. So if the offense continues to operate at this level, 125 points in back-to-back games, it's going to really test that Minnesota defense.
Yeah, hopefully the hot shooting carries over. A guy who's familiar with Minnesota, Amir Coffey, you brought up the point, but when Terance Mann left this ball game, it was reminiscent of Amir Coffey banging knees last time out. Terance Mann steps up. This time the role reversal, it's Amir Coffey picking up Terance Mann, coming into this ball game and scoring all 19 of his points in the second half and going 5 of 7 from 3, just like Norman Powell.
Big time stuff from Amir Coffey, who was able to knock down some open threes, especially during that run to start the fourth quarter. Adam, he hit a couple big ones, got downhill. I mean, the efficiency is just ridiculous for Amir Coffey. 5 for 7 from 3, shooting over 42% on the season. And he's been leaking out and getting easy buckets. This has been a big reason for his success, Adam. Over 30% of his points this season are coming in transition, fast break points for Amir Coffey. And when you can see a layup or 2 go through the rim, that is always going to lead to more confidence from the three-point line. And Amir Coffey showing all the confidence here at home. I think he has stepped up, Adam, you got to see him during that year where the Clippers were at 42-40, but this feels like maybe Amir Coffey's best year as a Clipper so far from a consistency standpoint, from the role he's been asked to play, and from his defense as well. I mean, we saw him play great defense against Anthony Simons on multiple possessions today, able to lock him down outside the arc. Amir Coffey, a stellar Clipper, adding to what is maybe one of the deepest teams the Clippers have had in quite some time, with the way somebody like Terance Mann can go out, who's played big minutes, who is starting to begin this year, and the Clippers just don't miss a beat.
Amir Coffey finishing with 19 points, 16 of which came in that fourth quarter as the Clippers poured on to win 127-105 here at Intuit Dome. On the front end of a back-to-back, as Carlo mentioned, they're running it back against the Minnesota Timberwolves and trying to avenge a close loss in Minnesota on Friday night. Tomorrow night, we're at Intuit Dome. Clippers taking on the T-Wolves. Tip-off, 7:30. Pre-game show right back here at 6:30. Carlo Jimenez, great call as always. Safe travels on the drive home, and we'll see you here tomorrow.
Adam, we get to be back here tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
18 hours. We'll be back here. Let's go. See you soon.
Coming up next, we'll be back with Carlo Jimenez. Second half highlights as the Clippers win big over the Portland Trailblazers. They have made it 9 straight victories here at Intuit Dome. The Dome is home, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Thanks, Colin. You're going to be with us tomorrow?
If we're lucky.
All right. Well, fingers crossed it's you. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
What up, chat? Portland scores over 100 feels bad, says MKXLNT. It kind of does, but it was just 105. I think the worst offense in the league averages about 105. Not a bad number. Joey Lynn, who I had on in the pregame, just said, I'm going to confirm this. I had Joey Lynn on pregame. Terance Mann has a fractured middle finger on his left hand. Looks like Mann will be out tomorrow against Minnesota. Terance Mann, I thought, played really well early on in this game too, guys. He was decisive with knocking down a three-pointer. He just had his best game of the season against Denver with those 15 points. That is a big loss, a tough loss. Next man up mentality. This Clippers team is just going to have to find a way. Just like tonight, Amir Coffey, more minutes for him. It means Jordan Miller's not going anywhere, even if KPJ returns tomorrow. He'll still be out there. This Clippers team just has to find a way to play through the adversity. Colin, what are we going with second half? I'm sorry. Harden, Norm? Why not Amir in the fourth? Let's do it. Or we'll just do Harden third quarter, Amir fourth quarter. Thanks, bro. I don't know if it's fate. That's a cruel twist of fate. That's not the way we want to see Jordan Miller staying in the lineup. An injury to somebody else. Clipper Nation win over the Portland Trailblazers here at Intuit Dome, 127-105. They improved to 14-9 on the season. But unfortunately, some bad news here with Terance Mann and that left hand. He has a fractured middle finger on his left hand. It happened on a steal by Jeremy Grant on him, who took it the other way and dunked it. Terance Mann fell to the floor. Took some time to get up there. We knew something was off. Now we know. Fractured middle finger on the left hand of Terance Mann. We'll keep you abreast of the situation as we hear more from Coach Lou post-game. Well, let's get to some second half highlights here from your Los Angeles Clippers, where they led by as many as 12 early on in this ball game. It was 24-12 Clippers, but the Portland Trailblazers made a push. Clippers led by just 5 at the half. It was 63-58 in the third quarter, though. The bearded wonder got going.
Good luck. I'll see you eventually, I'm sure. All right. Appreciate it. I see you always.
James Harden had over half of his points in the third quarter alone with 12 of his 23 points in the game. Created that separation for the Clippers near the end of the quarter. They were up 91-78 as he hit the buzzer beater there. And then to enter the fourth, the pedal to the metal was from Amir Coffey. Amir Coffey was 16 of his 19 points in the fourth quarter alone as the Clippers extended the lead and would win 127-105 here at Intuit Dome over the Portland Trail Blazers. Coming up next, your final box score right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Here tomorrow? Thank you. Appreciate it. We love Chris Taylor, our statistician here. We love Joey, who doesn't stop even when he's not working for us.
It's called having nothing going on.
What's that? He's got that dog in him. I got a lot of good numbers to give you guys here post game. The unfortunate news is Terance Mann with a fractured left middle finger. He would leave the game. Amir Coffey came in, picked up where Mann left off, and then some. But now the Clippers are going to have to overcome this injury. Don't have a timeline on it yet, but I'm sure Coach Lou will be asked post game. Oh, tough. Jordan Miller, it does open up more of an opportunity for him. Even when KPJ comes back, could be tomorrow, I still expect Jordan Miller to be out there with this injury now to Terance Mann. So he's got to take advantage of it. This Clippers team, you know what it is. Next man up mentality. It's always been that way, at least over the last 6 years. Tough blow, though, as Terance Mann looked like he just got his confidence back. He just had his best game against Denver Sunday night. 15 points, crucial buckets, the biggest shot of the game, that three after the offensive rebound. Tonight, decisive with a three-pointer. Yeah, Christian said it. Man was just starting to heat up. Tough blow for Terance Mann and this Clippers team. I agree with this, though. Alfonso said there's something happening here. Clippers are building something special here. You can sense it. You can feel it. This team plays together. And we'll give Big Brother Jake partial credit. He had it 111-99. 127-105 is not bad. Clippers win by a final of 127-105 here at Intuit Dome over the Portland Trail Blazers. And exact some revenge over a team that took them down here at Intuit Dome, where nobody has won the last 9 games when the opposition has met the Clippers here on their home court. Clippers have won 9 straight. The Dome is home. Welcome into your post-game show. I'm Adam Oslin. Coming up, we'll take your phone calls. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. 866-987-2570 is the phone number on Clippers Talk. But first, your post-game box score, your final box score. Clippers ended up shooting 55% from the field, guys. 19 of 37 from the outside. You had 2 players combined to shoot 10 of 14 from 3. Norman Powell and Amir Coffey off the bench. Unreal shooting display. James Harden knocked down 3 3-pointers. Jordan Miller had 1. Terance Mann had 1. Mo Bamba knocked down 1. Like seeing that on the left wing. Derrick Jones Jr. who had a really big run in that second quarter with 11 of his 15 points. He had 3 dunks, a 3, and a layup in that second quarter when they needed it, because the Portland Trail Blazers were not going away. It was a 5-point game at the half. And I thought Derrick Jones Jr. was awesome, including that steal and big throwdown, the two-handed rim rocker. Another guy, underrated, great game, Mo Bamba. He only had those 3 points off the made 3, but he ended up with 3 assists. No, make it, excuse me, 3, I want to say 3 blocks. Yes, they gave him 3 blocks and 2 steals. His defensive presence, he came in around the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. After Zoo was struggling, I thought Mo Bamba really stepped up defensively. He played with great energy, great spirit out there, and gave you everything you want from a backup center. Clippers on a back-to-back. They win the front end. Can they sweep the back-to-back as they're taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves tomorrow? They win tonight 127-105 over the Portland Trail Blazers. Tomorrow, same tip-off time, 7:30. Same pregame show starting at 6:30. Outside of Los Angeles, we are leaving you until then, but coming up next here on AM 570 LA Sports, we got Clippers Talk, 866-987-2570, or get to me at follow Adam A on X. Clippers win big over the Portland Trail Blazers with a final of 127-105. Outside of Los Angeles, we are leaving you until tomorrow. In LA, it's Clippers Talk next. Yeah, man, I feel for Terance Mann right now, guys. It felt like he was just starting to put it together. The bench roll, the game he has against Denver, the game he was having tonight. Brutal, brutal. But Clippers just have to find a way. They got the depth at that position to do it. Now with Jordan Miller, who was one shy of his young career high, he had 14 points. At one point, I think he was 6 of 7. He missed a couple of garbage time buckets, but I love this game from Jordan Miller. 6 of 9, 14 points, made a 3, 3 assists, had some nice dishes. He had a no-look pass to, I think, Terance Mann for that reverse layup. Mann had that bucket and the 3. Clippers will be without Mann, though, for some time. Mann down, fractured left middle finger. It's tough. I feel for T-Man, guys. I love Terance Mann, and this is a big blow. Can the Clippers overcome it? Yeah. Hopefully KPJ's back tomorrow, because Coach Lou said pregame they didn't expect him to be out for an extended period of time with that tweaked left ankle. I guess there is something to take from the fact that it's not his shooting hand, his dominant hand. It's his left hand with Terance Mann. David said he'll be praying for T-Man and Kawhi Leonard. This team is 14-9, guys. They are not just staying afloat. They're on a speedboat. Speeding up the Western Conference standings. This is a good win tonight. I'm going to tell you why as soon as we start Clippers talk. Mo Bamba, somebody else. Oh, Tom Van Dyke picked up on how good he was. Yeah, he was a plus 10 at one point. That third quarter, when he came in for Big Zoo, with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, Mo Bamba was outstanding. Outstanding with his defense and the effort he was showing. 3 blocks. Terance Mann got ripped in the third quarter. It was Jeremy Grant, stole it from him. Terance Mann fell to the ground and fractured his left middle finger. Clippers avenge an early season loss, winning this time here at Intuit Dome over the Portland Trail Blazers by a final of 127-105. Welcome back in. This is your post-game show. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up, we'll get your phone calls at 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Clippers make it 9 straight victories here at the Dome. The Dome is home, Clipper Nation. You showed up again. You brought some energy. And this Clippers team, they took it onto the court with them. I really think they're developing that 6th man. They call it the 12th man up in Seattle. This is a six-man like atmosphere where the Clippers just get a little bit of an extra boost out here and a jolt, as Amir Coffey showed that in the second half. And specifically in the fourth quarter, as they would pour it on, Amir Coffey was 16 of his 19 points in the fourth. Clippers win big this time over the Portland Trailblazers after they got into a game that was a little bit dicey, where I felt like they let go and missed an opportunity to really put Portland away early. Not easy in today's league, even when you're up by 12 at 24-12 in the first quarter, to end a game that early because of the three-point shooting. But the Clippers' defense was phenomenal to start off the ball game. They were so connected, 5 guys on a string. Chris Dunn, guys, that steal and turnover he got on Anthony Simons, one of the better young players in this league in the second half, where he got it in the backcourt, just picking him up 94 feet and causing a turnover on the near sideline. That's freaky stuff. You don't see that very often at this high of a level in the National Basketball Association from a guy like Anthony Simons. Dunn was just wrecking them. I cannot believe some of the defense he was able to play. There was defense on Kamara at the 3-minute mark of the second quarter that caused a turnover. And then a Dunn steal to Norman Powell in the second quarter for a dunk. But what he did to Anthony Simons was nasty. That was early in the third quarter, picking him up full court, setting the tone as the Clippers did to start off first and third quarters, to start off halves. We've seen this. They've been better in that area. Their best 2 quarters are the first and third quarters, net rating wise. They've been top 5 in first quarters, which I know is kind of a paradigm shift for Clipper Nation to expect them to start fast now. They are. They're playing great to start ball games. And then they start fast in third quarters where they have a net rating that's top 10. But the Clippers had to put together a run near the end of that third quarter to really gain some separation against this Portland Trailblazers team. It was highlighted by the James Harden 3 to end the third quarter, of course. Spectacular play. I think it was against a double team to make it 91-78 heading into the fourth. But I felt like when it was 75-70 and midway through the third, Mo Bamba comes in. He gets a block on Kamara. James Harden's getting to the line. Bamba hits a 3 to put the Clippers up by 10 after Portland had another turnover. Then Bamba had a steal on Denny. Bamba had a steal on Jeremy Grant. James Harden hits a 3. Now they go up 10 to up 13 at 83-70. Kamara matches it with a 3. And that's when Grant had the strip steal on Terance Mann, who was down for some time. We knew something was wrong. He was looking at his left hand. I was hoping it was just a dislocation. They could pop it back in like Gary Vitti did Kobe Bryant back in the day in LA. It wasn't. Fractured left middle finger for Terance Mann. We're guessing is going to be out for some time. He left to go to the locker room, was clenching that left hand. Amir comes in. Then I keep saying DeAndre because DJ, Derek Jones, not DeAndre Jordan, but he's got crazy hops. He almost had, I don't know, the dunk of the year on Denny. Got to the line instead. But then Mo Bamba had another block. Amir hits a 3. And then James Harden hits that 3, and they're up 91-78 heading into the fourth quarter. But Harden stayed out there. We thought, is he really going to play the entire second half again? Well, he didn't have to. They showed some killer instinct early in that fourth quarter. That's what I'm going to take away from this Clippers game. They really executed when they had to get James Harden rest on the front end of a back-to-back. Because the Clippers were shot out of a cannon to start the fourth quarter. Harden, Amir, Jordan Miller, Mo Bamba, and Nico Batum, the same guys who ended the third quarter, came back out there. Jordan Miller goes baseline for a reverse layup to start it. Then Batum has this crazy low trajectory pass to Amir Coffey for a three-pointer. More to come. It's 96-78. Then James to Batum, who goes behind his back to Jordan Miller for 3, and the Clippers are up 21. Timeout. Get James Harden out of the game. Just like that. Awesome execution. Oh, and guess who comes in? Norman Powell. Floater. 3. Layup. He gets the 30 in, I don't know, a minute and a half. He ended up leading the Clippers with 30 points, Norman Powell, on just 15 shots in 25 minutes. He outdid his performance Sunday night against Denver efficiency-wise, where he had 28 points in 25 minutes. Tonight, 30 in 25. It was like he knew he was going to be on that minutes restriction. It was like, I got to get it in now. Because they're going to pull me when I get to 25 minutes. I don't know what the minutes restriction is. Maybe it's 28, 30. But I guess we'll never know, as Kanye once said. Because he went 11 of 15, 5 of 7 from 3, and had 30 points in 25 minutes. Norman Powell, this was his 17th game of the season. And the efficiency, it's not stopping, guys. You can't slow him down. You can't. He's coming to his right. And when he gets that little hop, step, dribble, skip, you know he's pulling up. And it is cash. I think he was 5 for 8 from 3 Sunday night. He's 5 for 7 tonight. I'm guessing he's going to be over 50% now from 3 on the season after this game. Amir Coffey was shooting 42% from 3 coming into this one. He goes 5 of 7 from 3. But after the Clippers shot only 33% from 3 in the 6 games without Norman Powell, well, you can see the impact the last 2 games now back with him. It just makes life and spacing so much easier for the Clippers. Because against Denver, they ended up with what? 18 threes, 18 of 39. That's 46% from 3. And then tonight, they end up going 19 of 37. That's 51% from 3. That is the Norman Powell effect. When teams have to account for a guy like that, it gets other guys good looks. And really, anytime Norman Powell is pulling up from beyond the arc, it's a very good look right now. X-Mongo Project said, Norm got to be an all-star this season. Timothy says, Batum extra passes are so nice. I missed them last year. Yeah, from the Harden pass to Batum after Harden was triple teamed to Batum finding Jordan Miller for that 3 in the 4th, right before the timeout to get James Harden out of the game. That was the sequence right there. Put the Clippers up 21. The ball movement was just beautiful. It was hopping. Al said, Norm's getting like 3 assists a game now. Got a lot of great layups this game. Yes, he did. And got some good boards, too. Norm played some low man defense early on after the Clippers started off by doubling and trapping the ball handler for the Portland Trailblazers, which completely threw them off. And Norm actually played really good defense on DeAndre Ayton, who caught the ball in the short roll, and Norm was waiting for him, played good defense, and got the rebound. Norman Powell is playing like an all-star. He had the first bucket off a Harden feed to start the game. Made it 2-0. The Clippers then got a shot clock violation. Then it's a Norm 3. It's 5-0. Then that low man defense by Powell. Then he gets another 3 when it's 12-5. He's already at 8 points. Another 3. He's got 11 points in the first quarter. Second quarter layup as soon as he came in. Then a layup going to his left midway through the second quarter. Just blew past Denny. That made it 46-44. He had, what was it? Was it 18 points in the first half from Norman Powell? He just got back. 20 points. Sorry, Norm. Shortage of 2. He was 7 of 8 from the field and 3 of 4 from distance in the first half. But Denny Abadi, he had 15 points himself. Denny Adbia, excuse me. Denny Adbia had 15 points in the first half and really kept Portland afloat. He was 6 of 8 and 3 of 3 from 3. DeAndre Ayton also was eaten against Ivica Zubac again. Zubac didn't have a great game. I don't know what it is against DeAndre Ayton. He seems to be struggling against him, certainly as of late, but even when he was in Phoenix at times. Zoo ended up 28 minutes, 4 of 8, 8 points, 10 boards. He kind of righted the ship a little bit in the second half, and he had 2 blocks near the end of the second quarter, Vita Zubats, that were impressive. 2 great possessions defending the rim for Big Zoo. I did like seeing that as I'm watching DeAndre Ayton walking on the court now post-game here at Intuit Dome. After the Clippers make it 9 straight, 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570. Kyle from Brooklyn, you're first up here on Clippers Talk after they win big over the Portland Trailblazers here at the Dome. What's up, Kyle? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Kyle at? He's in Brooklyn. All right. Sorry, Kyle. Clippers are hot, baby. It's reported that that happened, whether it was him or Doc Rivers said it, but nobody knew how long it would take. And to be honest, if Shea didn't go to OKC, get that year with CP3, get on a team where he could play all the minutes he wanted to, I don't think he'd be at this point right now. Oh, he was. Well, let me say this, Kyle. Let me say this. It wasn't just those two. It was Coach Lou on a point guard and your 2 superstars. So what exactly is Lawrence Frank going to do? Every front office in this league at some point has to help out their superstars and have that partnership where they bring in guys that they want. And look at it this way. Like, if Kawhi doesn't do his ACL in 2021, who wins the championship, Kyle? Well, Lawrence Frank put that team together, and those guys helped with that. They wanted Reggie Jackson. Paul George wanted Reggie Jackson, and he was huge in those playoffs. So at that time, some of those guys that they brought in to appease superstars, it was all working. But you can't account for an injury. You can't predict that. That's what's unfortunate. So I still feel like overall, Lawrence Frank has been cooking in his tenure as the president of basketball operations. Oh, Kyle, I'm concerned. Does it worry me? I've been concerned since April. I've been talking about this Kawhi injury and how I think you're reading into too much, Kyle. Kyle, it's as simple as it's a guy who's had an ACL, before that the quadriceps injury in that leg, then the meniscus, then the swelling last season, and they want to make sure he is for sure 100% before they bring him back. All the reports are, and When I heard Coach Lou say this in a preseason game, pregame, that we have to save Kawhi from himself, basically, even if it upsets him, that to me says this is not about Kawhi. This is about the organization and making sure that you protect a player from himself and you wait to bring him back until he's 100% ready to go. I'm not worried about Kawhi's mindset or does Kawhi want to play right now? No, like this is being overly cautious, understandably, with a player that is this injury prone and this important to this team. They're 14-9 without their best player, but we know what could happen in a playoff series if you get a healthy Kawhi. This Clippers team, they could beat anyone. All right. Kyle, I appreciate your phone call. I want you back here on Clippers Talk. I like your style. It's been too long. All right, Kyle, appreciate it. There goes Kyle from Brooklyn now. I'm at a Moslin. Clippers win tonight, 127-105 here over the Portland Trail Blazers at Intuit Dome. They have won 9 straight now at home. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll get to more of your phone calls. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. I'm at a Moslin, and you are listening to AM 570 LA Sports. What up, chat? Thanks, big bro. Kyle was concerned that, where's Kawhi's mindset? He thought he'd be back by now. He listened to that quote from Coach Lou the other day, thinking that Kawhi would have been back by now. Like, this is definitely a situation where you have to protect the player from himself. Kawhi wants to play. He has made it known the entire time. Coach Lou literally said at the preseason game between the Clippers and Brooklyn Nets in San Diego, pregame, I was right next to him. He said, even if that means it pisses him off when talking about holding Kawhi Leonard back. He's used that word, that phrase, pisses him off. So, yeah, guys, I apologize. When we're at the arena, you can't hear the callers. When the Clippers are on the road, you can hear the callers. So I try to transcribe some stuff for you. We got Sean and Inglewood coming up. How do you guys feel about that? Zoo did miss some gimmies in this one. I agree, Daniel. They need Zoo to be dominant. I'm not worried about it, though. He's already had games where he's had down games this season, and then he bounces back, and he's great. He's averaging around 16 and 12 on the season for a reason. The good news is when I'm at Intuit Dome, I can talk to you during the break. So there's a trade-off there. You don't get to hear the callers when I'm in Intuit Dome, but you can hear me during breaks. Zoo did have a nasty dunk with that little hesitation dribble in the short roll where you thought he was going to pass it, I think, to Jordan Miller, and then he threw it down instead. If Tyler's calling, you better get on the iHeart app to hear that call. Colin, what time you want to get out? You sure? Clipper Nation, how you feeling about your first home at Intuit Dome, where the Clippers haven't lost in their last 9 games here? They win tonight, 127-105, avenge an early season loss of the Portland Trail Blazers here at Intuit Dome when they couldn't win, when they lost their first 4 games, and now they have won 9 straight. I'm Adam Moslin. Welcome back in. The Dome is home. This is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports. Looking for post-game audio or some quotes coming out from Coach Lou, but got some good notes here from Chris Taylor, our lead statistician. James Harden scoring by quarter, 7 in the first, 4 in the second, 12 in the third, including that big three-pointer at the buzzer over a double team, topside. Ended up with 23 in the ball game. 6 of 15, 3 of 10 from distance. Not his most efficient night, but he led them in the plus minus. He was at plus 27, 7 assists, 4 turnovers. Again, 23 points in 31 minutes for James Harden. So didn't have to play 35, but did have to go above 30 tonight against Portland. I really love the decision that Coach Lue made, though, to keep the momentum going into the fourth quarter with that group that got up by 13 at the end of the third, and to run them out there for, 2 minutes to start the fourth before pulling James Harden because they got up by 21. Just great focus and execution by the Clippers to begin that fourth quarter. The Jordan Miller reverse, Amir Coffey 3, Jordan Miller 3, timeout. Just a quick 8-0 run in less than 2 minutes. In a minute 57. Clippers up 99-78. That was it. That was game. They still brought in Norman Powell, though, who then scored, a quick 7 points. Norm got a couple of layups, a three-pointer. Big Zoo did have a putback after he missed an easy one after Jeremy Grant blocked him in the fourth quarter. And then Amir Coffey just went radioactive, as Brian Sieman would say. 16 points in the fourth quarter. 16 of his 19. Insane. As good as Norm was, he started 5 of 5 from the field. Do you guys know what Amir Coffey started from the floor? I know, I want to say at one point he was like 6 of 7. Is that right? Amir was awesome. 19 points in 22 minutes. And as Carlo Jimenez wisely pointed out, last game, Amir Coffey goes out in the second half, bangs knees. Terance Mann comes in, picks him up. Tonight, Terance Mann goes out in the second half. Amir Coffey comes in, picks him up. Just picking up the slack, next man up, staying ready. It is remarkable the way this Clippers team just comes at you in waves. They got so many guys that are solid two-way players that do it on both ends, like Amir Coffey, who is having his best season as a Clipper so far. He is. The start he has had, going back to preseason, I remember the first game in Hawaii. I want to say he had 9 points at the very end of that game in like 3 minutes and just like looked like a man amongst boys against Golden State's backups. And he played well throughout the entire preseason, and all of it carried over into the regular season. I'm guessing he's shooting around 43% from 3 now so far after tonight's game. Yeah, he went 5 of 7 from 3, but what did he start shooting-wise? Norm made his first 5 shots. How many in a row did Amir Coffey make? As people are talking about Ayton versus Ivica Zubac, I think it just throws Big Zoo off because Ayton, he didn't make a 3 tonight, I don't believe. He took one in the far side corner, which was reminiscent of the one he made. He only took one, and he missed it, but was reminiscent of the one he made at Intuit Dome. That was a big shot in their 106-105 victory here just a month ago. But I think it's the fact that DeAndre Ayton has that mid-range. And Zoo's in drop, and he's giving him that shot. But then when he comes up on him, DeAndre Ayton's able to get around him. He's just a tough cover. And he probably has some confidence against Big Zoo. It's not like he had a crazy game. DeAndre Ayton only had 3 boards, probably because he was playing away from the basket some. But 16 points. He knocked down a couple in the mid-range. One was over James Harden. One was Zoo was just daring him. 15-footer. Made it. I don't know where it is. And the numbers, they're not so lopsided that I joke that it's like how Sabonis is to Anthony Davis, where he just destroys him every time. It's not like that with DeAndre Ayton and Ivica Zubac. It's not. Look at the overall numbers and the matchup data. Some of it is just because DeAndre Ayton has averaged far more minutes head-to-head against Ivica Zubac, so he's had more time to accumulate numbers. But tonight, Big Zoo, like Sunday, just didn't have his best offensive game, didn't have his best touch around the basket. Still, I don't think he was terrible, but I'm very happy the Clippers have Mo Bamba, guys, because third quarter Mo Bamba cooked. The three-pointer, the blocks, the steals. Mo Bamba came in and was a presence. Played really hard. I like the upgrade at backup center. I like Mo Bamba. I think he is an obvious upgrade, and I thought so this offseason that he'd be better than Mason Plumlee. That's all I wanted. And I think it's been, well, it's only been a few games. What are they? 8-1 now with Mo Bamba since he came back from injury. But I've been impressed. And if three-point shooting can come around because he started a little bit cold from the outside. I know Dime has called him like a fake stretch big or something, dime dropper. I just really, really like the way this team is playing, how they're playing together, the way they're starting halves, the way they have, battled through some adversity when it got close in this game, when they knew they had to give starters rest. Okay, come out and put them away early in the fourth quarter. They did it right away. And Jordan Miller, I've wanted to see him from game one. He started this game with a fall away floater. The second quarter, he misses a floater, but then got the putback. He's quick to boards. That's something I noticed in Summer League. He's so athletic and just has a nose for the basketball when it's coming off the rim. He knows when he misses, and it's not often on the floater. He started, I think, 6 of 7. Then he had a layup in transition that made it 42-all in the second quarter. He did have some defensive lapses where Banton blew by him, where Anthony Simons got the step on him. But he had that no look to Terance Mann in the second quarter for a reverse. And of note, guys, Jordan Miller was the first guy off the bench tonight. He came in for Chris Dunn. How about that? Coach Lou said he's earned his trust. Sure looks like it, right? It's one thing to say that. It's another to give him even more minutes, a longer leash. He was playing a lot with the starters, or certainly with James Harden out there. This comes from Joey Lynn on X, at Joey Lynn, 2 N's with an underscore at the end. Jordan Miller said he's constantly asking his veteran teammates questions. Quote, I even asked Kawhi questions tonight and he helped me out. Awesome. Jordan Miller said, I'm trying to make it hard when everybody is healthy to keep me off the floor. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Norman Powell postgame was praising James Harden's leadership dating back to the summer when he was organizing those team workouts. He said it's carried over into the season. This team is close, guys. Powell said, quote, a lot of vets don't do that in the summer. They do their own thing. I don't think James Harden can help himself. He's just a hooper. Like, he wants the ball. He doesn't miss games. So you might as well get the guys together, right? But the leadership has been outstanding as a Clipper. For the knock on him being that, like, he's some selfish player or doesn't care, or is a partier, has that been the case at all? So Coach Lou said there's been times when the Clippers wanted to rest James Harden, but he won't sit out. He called off Chris Dunn. When was it? Late second quarter? He had just hit a couple of shots, and he called off Chris Dunn, who was trying to come into the ballgame. Because the first make by James Harden, I want to say it was at the 142 mark of the first quarter. Yeah. He hit a 3. Then he had a layup to make it 53-50 at the 337 mark of the second quarter. And at one point, he waved off Chris Dunn from coming in. Did you guys notice that too? So this is facts from Coach Lou. He won't sit out. Coach Lou said, quote, even when we want to sit him down when we have 4 games in 5 nights, he doesn't want to do it. I love the mentality. And he's looking better. He's looking more spry. It looks like he has more burst, explosiveness. We've noticed that too. Axie said, we're starting to look scary, but we need to eat more. I ate plenty today. Check out that picture that Brian Sieman took and texted me that I put on X at FollowOutOfMay. He caught me at 4K eating some cookies at the cookie bar here at Intuit Dome pregame. Wasn't my best moment. He had a good laugh. Everyone had a good laugh, I guess, at my expense. Last time I eat a cookie here. I didn't know I was being watched. The paparazzi TMZ was out there in the bushes. Brian Sieman doing me dirty like that. Bay City RX7 said James is getting his legs. X Mongo Project said we got the version of Harden that has more wisdom because he is older. Oh, you wouldn't say older. You said you were starting to because James Harden doesn't like that word. That he's an old player or old. He's 35 years young. Alfie said season 2 of Starting 5 with James Harden will be fire. I haven't watched season 1. Ray said season legs have arrived. Plus, don't forget he's going to be a co-star on the next season of Starting 5. Wow, 2 guys bring that up at the same time. Kevin Richards said, Adam, if you're going to hit 10%, you need to start stocking your freezer with healthy meals you can microwave while you're streaming. Maybe so. I just try to eat less. And I ran 7 miles today. I think I earned those cookies. And then Brian Sieman had the gall and the nerve as we're walking up the stairs after the national anthem. This has happened multiple times now where he catches me slipping, where I'm walking up the stairs over here to our section. Where are we at, big bro? 25 is live. Section 25 up here. And I'm walking up the stairs and just a little bit of a ways. And I already ran 7 miles. And he comes running up the stairs and laughs at me and goes, 10%, huh? As he passes me by going up the stairs. Friends like these, I'm telling you. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll get to your phone calls. I know we got Sean in Inglewood here. This is Clippers Talk on AM 570 LA Sports after the Clippers win by a final of 127-105 over the Portland Trail Blazers here at Intuit Dome. You're listening to AM 570 LA Sports. I'm tired of being clowned by Brian Sieman. I know he's like the voice of the Clippers or something, but still. Not nothing. Colin Yee's got my back, our producer. And for Katie. If Colin is for me, who can be against me? Jake can. Jake said right away, I am. Who can be against me? Jake said like right away, I am. I look to my left. Who can? The opponents are the cookies, said Axie. Oh, you want the Clippers to eat opponents more often? Opponents are food? I got a good guest for you guys coming up this weekend, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it is happening. On Saturday, I talked to somebody here at the arena. They're coming on Clippers Talk. It's somebody you guys have requested on Clippers Talk. We got a date Saturday. Maybe for you guys, it's an honor. It's old hat for me. I've been roasted by Brian a couple times now. I don't like it. I don't think it's not less than 20 games left, Deca Fantastic. He's got 51 games. He hasn't played that many yet. I got a secret guest coming up. Clippers win 127-105 here at Intuit Dome. Make it 9 straight. From the 9-9 to the 2000. Clippers taking on Minnesota tomorrow night. Right back here. It's the front end of a back-to-back. And I think the Clippers, for the most part, execute exactly what Coach Lou wanted to see. The game was over early in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for much more than that. Okay, you can. You can. Thought when they were up 12 at 24-12, and they were just being absolute dogs defensively against Portland early, that they were going to put the game away early, put it on ice. It was getting late early for Portland, is what I thought. Not to be, unfortunately. But they regrouped, and I thought they kind of hit the reset button with their defense, and they were much better in the third quarter, specifically when they started to open things up. The effort was much better. They found their defense again after there was some slippage after the first 6 minutes of the game. I'm fine with that. I like seeing a team that can, flip the switch here and there. Ooh, we have an update. So, the Clippers, we got their 2 games. Now that they are not making it to the knockout rounds, we know the 2 games that are being scheduled. Friday, December 13th, Clippers in Denver taking on the Nuggets. I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. I knews it. I'd be knowing. The other game, Monday, December 16th, Utah here against the Clippers. I'll take that exchange. I'll take that. Those are your 2 rescheduled games with the Clippers not making the knockout round in the in-season tournament. I'll sign up for that. The Denver game's going to be rough. That's going to be a tough game. But guys, they're only going to have from, let's see, what we got here. What's today's date? Where am I? From December 5th, so after tomorrow's game, from December 5th to December 18th, the Clippers are only playing 3 games in 13 days, from December 5th to December 18th. There is rest for the weary. Finally, it's happening. I can't believe it. It's a scheduling miracle. It's an early Christmas miracle, a late Thanksgiving miracle, Festivus miracle. Beautiful. Finally. I'll sign up for that. The 3 games are Clippers Houston on Sunday. Then Clippers in Denver, Friday the 13th. And Clippers taking on Utah back here at Intuit Dome, December 16th. I will take it. I'm good with that. How do you guys feel about the scheduled games? One really tough one against Utah that you got to win. Right? Can the Clippers sign Jordan Miller? They don't have an open roster spot right now. Here's what I think is going to happen, guys. They're going to make a trade. I'll take a timeout and tell you who is going to be involved to get Jordan Miller on that standard contract, to convert the 2-way to a standard contract. I will tell you my plan for that coming up next. Final timeout here on Clippers Talk. After they win over the Blazers, big 127-105. Norman Powell, 30 points in 25 minutes. Are you kidding me? He's better than this current version of Paul George. In fact, early on, when he was going on that heater and had 14 in the first quarter, I said, it's like Norman Powell saw that Paul George scored 29 tonight and was like, okay, bet. Guess what he ended up with? 30. On 15 shots. I'm Adam Oslin, and you're listening to AM 570 LA Sports. Chat, you know where I'm going with this. Is Sean still there, Colin? All right, we got a couple calls here, but I'll go with Sean first. Guys, when Kawhi's back, it just means easier shots. I promise you, if Kawhi is back and back to looking like last season's Kawhi, the Clippers offense, which is bottom 10, is very quickly going to be a top 10 offense. Just like that. Norm's going to get more open looks. Everybody is. I think Harden's going to benefit the most. I am excited. Very. How do you guys feel about those 2 scheduled games that we didn't know about? I'm excited about it, guys. 3 games in 13 days. Are you kidding me? After not having consecutive days off in November, this is like an oasis in the desert. So, something we've talked about recently, as you're back on Clippers talk here at Intuit Dome after they won 127-105 over the Portland Trailblazers, is that on December 15th, a lot of guys are available to be traded. I think at that point, the Clippers are going to find a way to make a move, maybe with PJ and Bones Highland, to bring in one guy, a 2-for-1. Therefore, there's an open roster spot. Therefore, you convert Jordan Miller's two-way to a standard contract. That's what I'm talking about. I got to think that's the plan. I'm not saying they haven't been trying to find a landing spot for PJ Tucker. It's not easy. He hasn't been productive over the last year, and he hasn't wanted to play for the Clippers. Because apparently, he wants to go to a place where he can play and it's a contender as well? I don't know. I don't like it. I'm glad they're classy and being accommodating to him, but at almost 40, couldn't he just be a good vet on the bench and help out guys on this team, get some minutes here and there? I don't understand that. Speaking of guys, sometimes I don't understand. Sean in Inglewood. Sean, you're on Clippers Talk with Adam Hazen. Hi, Sean. I thought it was all right. I'm sorry, Sean. Yep. Here we go. Did you? You said you were. Well, how were was he available? And how? What team was he on? It sounds a little sketchy. Sean in Inglewood says to. Hey, Sean in Inglewood is pulling some receipts tonight, chat. He's saying he wanted Mo Bamba 2 years ago when they got Mason Plumlee. All right. Keep. Oh, my problem with Mason Plumlee was more about the interior defense. Now, Bamba isn't significantly better, but I do think he's been better and pretty much everything you need now that Ivica Zubac is getting more minutes out there. You just need 10, 12, 15 minutes at most from your backup center. Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. The interior defense to me is the biggest differentiator, not their offense necessarily, but I guess Mo Bamba, yeah, can hit a couple threes here and there. Sure. All right, 30 seconds here, Sean. What else you got? Because I got to get out at the top of the hour. I love you, Sean. And it's not opposite day or something. Appreciate you, Sean. Sean in Inglewood saying he loves the show tonight. And says we're 14-9. That's good. It's Tony the Tiger. Great. Let me check the NBA standings here and see where the Clippers are after another victory here at the Intuit Dome. Clippers now in the 5th spot in the Western Conference. Now it's tight. They're 3 games behind OKC. They're in the top spot, the number 1 spot. They're also just 2.5 games above the team that's out of the play-in the Minnesota Timberwolves, who they see tomorrow night. Clippers taking on the T-Wolves right back here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is at 7:30. We got pregame at 6:30 as the revenge tour continues. Not only did Norman Powell get revenge on a former team, Nico Batum as well. It's been a while since he was in Portland, but the Clippers made up for what I thought was the worst loss of the season, losing 106-105 about a month ago here at Intuit Dome against the Portland Trailblazers. What a difference a month and a couple days make, as the Clippers now have won 9 straight after losing 4 straight here at the Dome. They are establishing a fortress. No one can breach the doors. No one can bring out the battering ram here against this castle. Castle Blackstone, or I don't know. What's one of the names in Lord of the Rings? I can't remember. It's getting late. My precious. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank the Clippers organization. Ralph Lawler, Brian Sieman, Noah Eagle, Carlo Jimenez on the call. Chris Taylor, our lead statistician tonight. Joey helping out too. Big brother Jake Warner. And somebody who I've been thinking about a lot, and I got to get back to doing this because I think enough time has passed where it's appropriate to start doing it. But I miss Dennis D'Agostino, who we lost over the last year. He was our statistician with the Clippers. Statistician to the stars is what I always said, because he's been doing it for a long time. And unfortunately, we lost him over the last year. And so we'll bring it back, but stat of the night, where we remember Dennis D'Agostino. I'm Adam Osland. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6:30. That's your pregame show. Clippers, Minnesota Timberwolves, right back here at Intuit Dome. Can they get to double-digit wins here at the Dome? Tune in to find out. Talk to you then. Yeah, if you can. You could just do it the old way. I don't know how they're doing it. Whatever's the fastest way.
All right, Colin. Have a good one, man.
Thanks, Colin.
Same. All right, bro. You too.